What is going on, Glitcher Gang? It is your boy, Glitcher Bro 23 here, and we back with the annual video of Spotify Wrapped, man. This year is we came to the end of 2022. I'm recording this as of December 11th, 2022, and literally I think the last day of November, Spotify had already put out their wrapped results for everyone. It was kind of early this year, I think, compared to last year. I think last year it was a few days into December and then you got your results, but nah, man, Spotify's like, hey, we're gonna put out the results now at the end of November. So as the same thing as we did last year with 2021, we're gonna do the same with 2022. I know this video is coming out a little later than I wanted it to, but I just wanted to get out new videos for you guys sooner, new reactions for you sooner than y'all see the results of my Spotify Wrapped. This is optional. This is always optional. I had fun doing this last year, and I want to continue doing this as the channel grows and as the years go on. You know what I mean? And it has to do with the content I make, man. Like, it shows the results of what I listen to throughout the year of 2022. And I think you guys will be very interested to see what my results are. Let me know what your results were in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoy these type of videos, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment what you want to see next, share your thoughts, opinions about the video and my results by the end of the video. If you guys will enjoy the Glitcher Gang Discord, as always, the link's down below in the description, along with the reaction request form for those of you who want to see me react to requests sooner or later. Other than that, though, we're just gonna go ahead and look at the first results that I got, which were the top genres. No surprise, hip hop's the very first genre. There was really no doubt in my mind this was going to be hip hop. I'm very surprised to see the kind of R&B and pop results at number 2 and 3, pop rap at number 4. I can see it, and then alternate hip hop at number 5. I wonder who they're really talking about in particular. The only thing I could think, maybe alternate, maybe Tyler the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, MF Doom, Mad Villainy. I'm really not surprised at all by these results. I'm just surprised that alternative R&B is in there. And besides The Weeknd, I don't know who else would be categorized as alternative R&B. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and move on to the next page. The amount of minutes I listened to, it was almost a clean slate. And then just that one popped up. 56,001 minute listened to. Like, that's so ugly just seeing that one there. This doesn't at all surprise me. I literally went through my last semester of high school just and even just my whole senior year of high school, just listening to music pretty much throughout the entire day. And then even in like some classes for my first year at college, I would blast music in certain classes and just take notes. You know what I mean? That's more than 93% of other listeners in the US, though. That's honestly kind of surprising to me, in my opinion. I think my sister somehow actually had lower results minute-wise, and she was like top 90%, which really surprised me because she literally listens to music just at home, like listens to her Spotify at home, whereas I only listen to Spotify when I'm out, like working or doing like something school, like I'm at school. I don't really listen to Spotify at home like she does, so that really surprised me. Now, there was a couple of songs that I had in my mind of what would be the top result, and this was definitely one of them. I had 3 songs in particular, which I'll talk about here in a little bit, that I had in the back of my mind, or maybe 4, I don't know, that I thought would get this top spot. And Mirror, I think easily, like, I don't think it easily got it, but it doesn't at all surprise me. This song, just something about the vibe of this song and just the beauty behind this song. It's very simple, but it's easily one of my favorite Kendrick tracks of all time, and not just speaking off of his latest record. I just absolutely love this track. I love the heart he puts into singing in this track, and it's a simple track. It's one track that it's a very unique type of track, especially for Kendrick's discography. You know, date most listened to October 19. I don't really know what I was doing that day to like to clarify why I'd be listening to that song, but there was a lot of days where Mirror was in heavy rotation after the release of Mr. Morale. And then total streams played 96 times. I think that is still less than my last year's result for Eminem's Spacebound. But again, it doesn't at all surprise me. Mirror made the #1 spot, and I think it was pretty close between, y'all see here in a little bit, the top 3 tracks I listened to of the year. I think it was pretty close 3-way tie almost between those 3 tracks. Speaking of top 3 tracks, we got the top 5 tracks I listened to. Y'all guys can obviously see there's a lot of Mr. Morale. Absolutely loved the hell out of that project, man. And I'm honestly, the only track from Mr. Morale I'm surprised to see here is the title track. I really am surprised that that's number 5. I don't know what other track. I don't even think a track from Mr. Morale should have been a number 5. Like, I definitely agree with the top 4 100%. Savior is a little surprising. It is just a little surprising. I did absolutely love that track too. But I'm surprised to see it underneath How Do I Make You Love Me. Bro, I swear to y'all, from like when we first did the Dawn FM live stream, that was like a track that stuck with me from the start, you know, and I think would have easily got #1 if Kendrick didn't drop this year. But absolutely agree with these. I'm not at all surprised by these results. Mirror, United in Grief, and How Do I Make You Love Me, I think was a pretty close 3-way tie. Savior was a little surprising, but not as surprising as Mr. Morale. But absolutely love every single one of these tracks, no doubt in my mind. Have nothing against them. There's nothing I could critique about them. They're just all beautiful pieces of work. I think you're starting to notice a trend here with the results. Top artist, easily Kendrick Lamar. I am very surprised by the order of my top 5. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, but it doesn't at all surprise me that Kendrick's the top artist. Minutes listened to, over 7,000 minutes listened to, and I am apparently a top 1% of his listeners. That's actually such an honor when I really think about it. That's great, man. And I think the only thing that really surprises me about just Kendrick being up top is just who actually follows afterwards. Like, the top 5 artists, I think, surprised me more than Kendrick being up top. And y'all guys are about to see that here in a little bit as we pull up the top 5 artists. So, we got Kendrick at #1, easily claiming his throne. Eminem at #2. And I'm still a huge Eminem fan, believe me, but I really did not think I listened to him that much this year. Like, I have a Eminem playlist, I think almost 8 hours worth of tracks from him, and so it's a pretty long playlist. I maybe bumped that maybe like 10 times this year. It wasn't as heavy as it was last year, and y'all gonna see that like in the top tracks later. The tracks that I listened to, there was a lot of Eminem in my results last year. I was very surprised that there wasn't that much this year, but yet he was still my #2 artist. But hey, still a huge M fan. He needs to drop an album. I'm sorry. This man needs to drop it. He's pissing me off as much as Joyner about these albums. But #3, respectfully, J. Cole. I thought J. Cole was honestly going to get #2, and Eminem was going to be closer to like bottom. Like, he's still going to be in top 5, but I think he was more so going to be in #4 or 5 spot. #4, Kanye West actually kind of surprises me. I will admit, though, I was bumping College Dropout a lot from the beginning of the year till like I listened to Late Registration, which I think I did in September. Every now and then I revisited Donda. So I didn't think I listened to my Kanye playlist that much, but I mean, it is what it is, man. Don't cancel me for having Kanye at #4. And then #5 was actually really surprising, not because he's on the list, but because of how low he is on the list. The Weeknd. I like Dawn FM was one of the earliest albums I listened to this year, and it just stuck with me after my 3 first listening rotations. Like, it just stuck with me after that, and like it's a month it was an album I bumped heavy, I think, within at least the first quarter, maybe first half of the year. And then I heard After Hours like sometime during the summer, and it didn't meet my expectations like Dawn FM did, but it still was a good album. But I didn't think Weeknd would end up at number 5. But I am glad he's there. I definitely did bump a lot of Weeknd, and I'm a serious fan of this guy now. You know, I always respected the man's music on the radio and what I heard, you know, and like how he has the ability to just make a hit like that. But definitely a fan of the man's music now. I think there's actually some reactions that should have been out by now that y'all guys will see. I'm actually wearing like a Weeknd shirt from Universal's like Halloween Nights of Horror thing that a buddy gave me. So I don't know what this was. This wasn't really here last year, the listening personality. Apparently I'm a connoisseur. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. I don't even know if I'm reading that right. If you like a song, odds are that others do too. You've got the taste that people can get behind, with music preferences proven by popularity and time. Familiarity. I'm so illiterate. Timelessness, loyalty, and commonality. So yeah, this was something I think new, exclusive to this year. I don't remember what they did specifically last year. We're gonna look at last year's results too while we're at it. But this was something that I'm kind of on the fence about. I don't think there's a lot of songs that a lot of people will agree with my take on, or will just enjoy it in general. You know what I mean? I think I have a very distinct and specific taste in music, and it's only gotten. I've definitely opened up the variety of type of music, or at least I'm still in the range of hip hop, but definitely like what the genre is and the different subgenres that are part of hip hop. I think I've definitely expanded since like 2 years ago, to say the least. You know what I mean? Since basically starting reactions on YouTube, I think my taste in like specific subgenres of hip hop has grown. And then there's a little like one-offs that I listen to, such as The Weeknd or even the Silk Sonic album. And then as we pull up the final results, we just got top 5 artists, we got the top songs, man, it's listening, and then the top genre hip hop. Just want to know, does any of these results actually surprise y'all? Like, bro, let me tell y'all. We finna look at the playlist for the Spotify Wrapped. We're finna look at the top 100 songs I listen to. But I was seriously surprised that Kanye made it. It was number 2. The Weeknd was number 5, and there was no Tupac. I was very surprised by the fact I definitely thought this was the most Tupac, like this year was the most I've heard Tupac since like maybe 2018 at least 2018. But I guess I just listen to a lot more Pac off of the vinyls I own, such as All Eyes on Me, which is literally staring at me, the Machiavelli record, Me Against the World, you know what I mean? I still want to get the Greatest Hits album, but there's not a reasonable price for it on vinyl right now. So, but I'm very surprised Tupac did not end up in the top 5 this year. But let's go ahead and look at last year's results, or let's go ahead and look at the top 100 tracks I had, and then we'll compare my results from this year till 2021. Top songs of 2022. So we have the top 5, which accurately match. 100 Mil by J. Cole and Boss from the off-season. Bro, off-season was still in heavy rotation. It wasn't nearly as like in heavy rotation compared to 2021, but off-season definitely is a record I could just 100% put on, vibe to, relate to, and just feel every word J. Cole is saying on it throughout the album. What's Your Name definitely surprises me to see this high. Count Me Out, Hunger. I'm very surprised to see Hurricane. I think that's from exclusively listening to The Weeknd, not necessarily Kanye, but I think Hurricane is exclusively on there just because of The Weeknd. Bro, ETA, Dre, Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, Anderson .Paak, one of the best posse cuts that we got of last year, man. Like, seriously, if you are just an old school hip hop guy, this is a track you seriously need to check out. It is such a banger. Dre sounds hungry. Snoop sounds great on the hook. Busta Rhymes has an incredible verse. And then Anderson .Paak and Dre's chemistry, like verses going back and forth with each other at the beginning, are just so iconic. I think it's a great track. Let's see. There is quite a few Quadeca tracks on here from his 2021 album, From Me to You. I haven't heard his latest record, I Didn't Mean to Haunt You, yet, but there is quite a few Quadeca tracks on here, and I think I really did enjoy the album, and it was the first album I did hear of the year. But once 2022 started coming towards the end, I really didn't keep up with this record as much. It's still a good album, don't get me wrong. I'm very surprised to see It's All a Game up here, and to be fair, I think the reason there's going to be quite a few Quadeca tracks on here is just because of the fact that I was during the spring I was writing the scripts for the album review to From Me to You. So I think that's the reason why there's going to be a lot of Quadeca tracks on here. So a lot of these results I don't necessarily agree with, and I think are just influenced by the fact that I did album reviews. Same with a lot of these like Dawn FM tracks. I think a lot of these ended up making it because I was writing scripts for their album reviews, which hopefully one day I can finish up, re-edit, and put out for you guys. 2010, man. I'm surprised this is not like, it's in the top like quarter of the tracks I listened to, but I thought it would have been higher. I absolutely love this track. This track was just a banger. Earl's flow is just crazy. The beat is so just smooth and relaxing. It's hypnotic as hell. But I really love this track, man. So I'm very surprised this one's like, I'm glad it's in the top quarter, but this definitely was one of the greatest rap tracks of the year, easily. First track from Silk Sonic to appear, Leave the Door Open. I actually am very surprised by this, just because of the fact that, you know, there's a lot better tracks I think on this album than this, but this is definitely one of the biggest hits. I didn't even think I bumped this track specifically like that. Love to See some Big L on there. All Black, definitely one of his greatest tracks. Let's see, Fly As Me, I'm very surprised to see is the second one. 3030 Deltron, man. Listening to the Deltron 3030 record this year, one of the smartest and greatest choices I made this year, man. That album is like no other. There was a lot of 10 out, not a lot, but there was a handful of 10 out of 10 albums this year that I heard, and Deltron 3030's album, just chef's kiss, man. It's from start to finish, not a single flaw. Production is ahead of its time. The lyrics, Del the Funky Homo Sapiens, like, just rapping on this is stupid fun, it's stupid crazy, and just raw as hell. And the story behind the album is so cohesive, man. Please give this album a listen. Please give this album a listen. But 3030 is easily one of the best tracks off that record. I'm quite surprised to see a few tracks from 2014 on here. Let 'Em Have It L, reasonable. See, like, I think I counted, and almost there was like a handful, literally a handful of tracks from Kendrick's album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, that did not make this top 100, which is actually very surprising. I don't remember what specifically tracks they were, but I think there's literally a handful of tracks on a 19-track album that didn't make this list. Let's see, God Laughs, another great track. Titanic, solid track. Heaven's EP with J. Cole. I was so glad when Dreamville dropped this mixtape. I was so glad they added this track. That track was just J. Cole rapping. He sounded hungry. Like, J. Cole's in some kind of vibe right now, and I absolutely love it. He needs to keep that same energy when he drops The Fall Off. Let's see. Keep My Spirit Alive is a little surprising, just because, in fact, like I said, I didn't think I'd listen to that much Kanye. And also, this is off of the deluxe version of Donda. Can't Get Enough is definitely another surprising track. Because I'm just going to be honest, bro. J. Cole did not become J. Cole until 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Like, this is very surprising to me when I look at it, just because this isn't like anything else J. Cole does. Like, I enjoy the track, obviously. It's in my J. Cole playlist, but it's very surprising to see here in the top 100 songs of 2022. Let's see what else we got. This is the only, I believe. Yeah. Hold on. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is the first Eminem track on this list. Yeah, that's literally the first Eminem track on this list. The King and I. Absolute banger. It was a track released for the Elvis movie, exclusively for the Elvis movie, and it was a single for the Elvis movie, and it ended up on the Curtain Call 2 compilation album M put out. I love this track. This was like the only track I would say was in heavy rotation from Eminem this year. How is he number 2 if this was the only track I was constantly bumping? This is like on the levels. It's definitely like a motivational track. I think it's on the levels, at least in M's catalog, with something like Till I Collapse or Not Afraid, man. This is one of the best, like, just hype tracks M's put out in a minute. But it really confused me. We're at track 87 out of the top 100 tracks I listened to, and this is the first Eminem track, but somehow Eminem was number 2. Like, that just, something doesn't add up right there in my opinion. And then only the second one is Guns Blazing. And what the heck? Hey, yo, Spotify, you're broken, man. I got 101 tracks. What is this? That must mean these last two must be a tie. Cuddy's Own, absolutely just beautiful track. Makes you float. And Slow Jams is just, it's just another beautiful, it's like one of the genuine, I think, love songs from like a rapper I could just dig from start to finish, and it doesn't sound like derogatory towards women, you know what I mean? So that's the top 100 my top 100 tracks of the year. But that is it, man. That is it. That was my Spotify 2022 Wrapped, man. Let me know what y'all's results were in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this has probably been a very like chopped up and heavy edited video, maybe. I'm only predicting it will be. But I hope you guys enjoyed my results. Let me know what your, like I said, let me know what some of y'all's results were in the comment section down below. Do you agree with my results? Do you disagree with them? Like, let me know what y'all think about my results too. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for new, comment what you want to see next, share your thoughts, opinions about the video on my results of Spotify Wrapped 2022 were. Let me know what y'all's thoughts about that in the comment section down below. As always, man, if you guys want to join the Glitcher in Discord, links in the description, along with the reaction request form for those of you who want to see me react to requests sooner or later. Other than that, man, this has been quite a long recording session, but I've been waiting to do this for a few weeks, and I finally had the time to do it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.